Good afternoon, traders. It is Monday, June 9th, 2014, and the U.S. stock market is closed. It almost felt like a pullback day today. It wasn't a pullback day, but we have been doing so fantastically recently that when we have one of these days we're not in the double digits for profits, it feels like a pullback day, but it wasn't. We actually closed out over $6,000 in closed out trades today. We are carrying negative $1,300 going into tomorrow, but nothing looks bad to me. I'm not worried about this at all. The Dow took off very nicely this morning, and I think at one point it was up like 45, 48, something like that. But it did end up pulling back and closing positive 18 points. Now that was still that's still an all-time record high, closing higher today than it ever has been in history. So I don't know if we can complain about a record closing high, but it did pull back, and so did so did some of our trades. At one point, I think 2.5 hours into the day, we had over $20,000 in open trade equity, and it did pull back from that. We did not get that, but still, it was a positive day. I can't complain. Anyway, let's take a look at the charts. Okay, we're looking at the Dow here, and you can kind of see what happened. We had this, really, I guess 3 up days in a row, but really strong. It's really strong on Thursday and Friday, and then we come into today, and the market looked like it was gonna do it again almost, and then I think it was up around about positive 50 or so up here at the top, and it did pull back from there, and then rallied a little toward the end. It definitely got into positive ground at plus 18, but overall this kind of has a sideways feel to it, and it looks to me like this market may need to take a little rest here and pull back a little. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw a negative Dow tomorrow, but you never know. Holy smokes, I mean, we could go, we could have it really take a run. The next big step for this is to break into the 17,000 area, and we were very close to that here, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'll show you a couple of the trades we had today that were kind of interesting. This first one was a start. Well, I mean, it was a nice trade. It is GST and Gas Star Exploration, and we had gotten into this on Friday. It closed positive, but we have a nice big gap up this morning, and then another run here, and unfortunately, along with the Dow and everything else, it did pull back, but we still got over $3,000 out of that, so that was a real good trade. But of course, in hindsight, we would have liked to have gotten it up here on top, but you can't sell tops. That's pretty much impossible. I'll show you one other one here, if I can find it. It's yeah, here we go. I'm still learning my alphabet here. Anyway, this is in JRJC, which is China Finance Online. This market, we just keep getting into this, and it is a wild, volatile market. But I kind of like wild, volatile markets because we overall we tend to do pretty well in these. This thing took off today, and we jumped into it, and then it went way up here. I mean, I think this, when it's up here, we're talking about a 15% move in that market, and then it did pull back some, and then rallied toward the end, which I like to see. We're holding close to 3,000 in open trade equity on this. What I'm looking for here, because of this strong close, is we get a short squeeze where the shorts have their stops over the high here, and if we're lucky, if we're really lucky, we'll get out in the middle of that short squeeze. That would be really nice. Anyway, looks like a nice trade in China Finance Online. Anyway, decent day. I can't complain. This is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday.